The funding for a trip like this, how many go over with you to get this going and started?
Well, because I've been doing this for more than 15 years, we have 100 boreholes that we've placed, new and rehabilitated in this country. We have a good network of people that assisted for us over there. So they will send a survey team up there that will do all that.
Oh, good.
We go once a year to do site inspections. We just got back over there in July and went to 12 different borehole sites in 3 different schools. So for this particular project, right now we're in the phase of going to meet with the village leaders up there and determine the best way to get the equipment up there and what it will take to get it there.
When after you make that assessment, and you know, I can't even imagine what all you have to go through and all the steps and processes that you're doing in order to get this water to this community. But once you have had the meetings and met with the village chiefs and so forth, and the decision is made as to the how to, you won't actually have to be there. The committees that are already there will make all that happen.
Right.
Well, I know we've got VTRs and some tape that we can see of things that you all are doing over there. Can you give me a little bit of what we're going to see and how this all plays out?
On this particular video piece, yes, it's a collection, a collage of pictures that we've taken over the time, a couple years ago actually, and it shows you some of the water sources, it shows you some of the equipment and things like that, and it'll give you some statistics that'll help you understand just how great the need is, because it's a global water crisis.
Wow.
And it's just a UN established fact that 5,000 kids die every single day from bad water. And so it's something that we feel that we can do something about.
And it's past time. And then we're going to also talk about how people can do something about it here in the United States, who are not going to go up the mountain, down the mountain, and drill the hole and all of that, but they can send their money. But let's go to the roll-in right now, Water in Crisis, and say the name of this, Maui?
Malawi.
No, Malawi.
Malawi, yes.
Malawi.
You see? That's what I'm saying. My favorite country. It's called the warm heart of Africa.
I know, Malawi. You know, that's so interesting. What I like is the conversation we were having. Now I'm going to try to, play that back. But talk to us about, we were just touching on the fact that there's one well, and what I was seeing, the picture of one well, and then there's all of these different villages, say communities, different villages, but each village has a village chief?
Yes. Okay,
now how do you make these, say, 5 different villages work together in order to maintain what you've built for them? And then how do you, sense of community in the United States is different from a sense of community there. How do you communicate to them how this is supposed to work so that it's not just for a moment, but for a lifetime and generations that they have this usage?
Like I said, BJ, the first one we put in was in 1996, so people would ask us, how long do these last? And at that point, we'd say, well, you don't know. Hopefully they'll last 10 years. But now we can say, we know they last at least 13 years. We have been back over and over and over again, and we have visited boreholes that were put in 10 years ago that are still working. And that's primarily because the agency that we use is very, very well equipped and experienced in developing a village committee. And a part of what we pay for and a part of what we need and require of them is to do maintenance training, to do sanitation training, to do the village development, because we don't want to put in a borehole and 2 months later it not work.
Right. That
has to be sustainable.
So the village themselves have to, the people in the village themselves have to learn how to maintain?
Exactly.
That's very good.
There's a week-long training all day long. They teach them how to take it apart. They teach them the name of every part. They show them how to fundraise to get the money to replace these parts. Absolutely. So,
fundraise there or here?
There.
There.
They're among themselves.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. And when you think about that is a real eye-opener. I had no idea that part was in this as well. So,
well, it's something that we require with Water Wells for Africa. It may be that other agencies do not do that, but we want them to have water for a long time. Just this last summer, we visited a place where we put in a borehole 1 year ago. It's still functioning, and they're building bricks, and they're making houses, and the community is being developed there. We visited one that was 4 years ago, and they're maintaining it. They're still using it 24/7, just gallons and gallons and gallons of water every day, 4 years. That's what we want.
When you see that the water run for the very first time, and you know, we saw those pictures, and people look so happy over something that we consider so simple. You know, we go in the kitchen, we turn it on. We go in the bathroom, we turn it on. We flush the toilet. You know, in my house, if you leave the water running, you are going to be in trouble. You take it really for granted that you have it inside of your home. But I was just looking at people who were just overjoyed with this one
improvement, this one bit of technology.
This one thing.
Well, you know, I'm from Southern California, and we're kind of in a desert area, and right now we're in our third year of drought, so we're doing an enormous amount of work to conserve water.
Right.
And what we fail to realize is, for us in particular, is that our water is imported. We get our water from hundreds and hundreds of miles up north in the mountains that ship down to Los Angeles into the South Bay area. So we only get 17% of our water locally. And if it wasn't for infrastructure that somebody did for us, we would not have it. So I was at a very prestigious girls' school in Brentwood, which is in the shadow of the J. Paul Getty Museum. And I was doing a presentation for the water well, and I had this bright girls there. You can just see the intelligence, you can see the zeal. They want to know about the water project. And so I said, "Did you girls have water today?" "Yeah, we had water." I said, "Where did you get your water?" One little girl says, "Well, I just pressed a silver button in the water fountain." I said, "Did you know who put the water fountain there?" "No, we don't care. It's there for us." But nobody has done this for them. No one has built the aqueducts. No one has built dams. No one has built pipes. No one has brought water to them. So they get it the good old-fashioned way. And that's just to go and find it wherever you possibly, wherever possible measure you can. Dry riverbeds, in little creeks. They dig pits. I've seen a pit like, you know, probably 2 foot wide, 8 foot deep. They have a stick with a cup on it, and they put it down there. And
pushing the stick,
cup by cup, pull it up, put it in their bucket. 500 people, down,
cup by
cup, cup by cup.
We have another roll-in to see, and this one is water play pumps. And you know, I know you've got more to tell us, but let's take a look at this roll-in.
Really excited.